Welcome to the Animation Station Podcast, your home for discussions and debates about all things animation. Each week, we'll rank, review, and revel in animated shows from yesterday and today, and from around the world. So grab your Acme slingshot, set your mobile suit to autopilot, and put on your mouse ears. The Animation Station Podcast begins now.
True.
5 passengers set sail that day. 3-hour tour.
Got it.
3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough. The tiny ship was rocked. If not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. The minnow would be lost.
They were lost.
The ship struck something on the shore that day on a tiny desert isle. With Gilligan, the skipper too, the millionaire and his wife, the movie star, the professor and Marianne, here on Gilligan's Isle. What was the professor's name?
Professor.
Do you remember what
Professor makes anything out of coconuts?
Yes. What was the name of the millionaire?
Something Howell the Third.
It was Thurston Howell the Third.
Thurston Howell the Third. Yes.
And he had to talk like this the whole time.
Yeah. That was probably his natural.
Probably. Yeah.
Never seen that guy in anything else. I wouldn't know.
No.
Do the podcast like that, the whole thing.
Welcome to the Animation Station Podcast, episode 43. My name is Josh, and joining me is Gavin.
Hi. I wasn't on Gilligan's Isle.
You were not on Gilligan's Island. You don't know the struggles that we went through, boy.
I don't, but I saw that you got to meet the Globetrotters, so that was pretty cool.
It was. Now, Gavin, do you have anything in the news?
Yeah, I do.
What do you got?
Cars 3 is coming out. You excited about that, Thurston?
No.
Why not?
I'm glad I'm still on my island. All right, I'm done with that. All right, what else do we have?
The new Cartoon Saloon
movie, The Breadwinner.
The little trailer for it came out.
Looks quite good. And you can check our Instagram. I posted the
pretty pumped
trailer there.
Because they're
putting
quite
out
good.
Some good. It looks
stuff.
quite good. It's based on a book. Didn't write down who the book was from. I think her name is Debbie. I could be wrong.
Debbie the author.
Debbie author. So, I mean, yeah, it looks good. It looks pretty good.
I think so.
And Angelina Jolie, is she producing it?
She's one of the producers.
One of the producers.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
We forgot to talk about the Deadpool series.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know
It really happened last week, but we talked about it in that first recording that we did that we didn't put out because Josh was too sick.
Did they announce it, or did they...
Oh, no, yeah, they announced it. Apparently, no, it's not coming out until next year.
Okay.
But apparently, Disney and Marvel both approached Donald Glover and his brother to do this movie.
Okay, I remember
Or
you talking about this.
a show.
Right.
It's going to be on FXX.
And what are they going to do? Are they writing it?
They're creating the whole thing. Yeah.
Has he written any other shows?
They have that one show. I can't remember the name of it. Atlanta. Yeah, they do Atlanta.
I didn't know they wrote that show.
I think they created that show.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah.
I like him. I really liked the show Community. I thought he was a great part of it. I was sad when he left.
I didn't know he was in Community.
Oh, really? Yeah. Did you not watch that show?
Nope, didn't watch it.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I was a Parks and Rec guy.
Well, if you like Parks and Rec, you'll like Community.
I doubt it.
Oh, my God.
Is Chris Traeger in it? No? Then I don't care. But no, yeah. Wow. Hopefully we get like a Deadpool Archer crossover. Because that would be
that's my deepest desire, actually, is a Deadpool, whatever you just said, crossover.
Archer
Sterling
crossover.
Archer?
Yeah. We'll do Archer sometime.
Okay.
The Emoji trailer dropped.
Oh, the Emoji movie?
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's so...
Why?
Why? It looks weird. It looks like a...
I don't get it.
I don't know. Patrick Stewart's in it. He plays the poop emoji.
Okay, so he's basically digressed into a caricature of his own self at this point.
That's why they had him in William Ted. Shatner. Remember, they had him in Ted. And he was the narrator in Ted.
That's right.
And he was like, unless you could have one of those cool Black Hawk helicopters. And he makes noises and stuff. And you're like, oh. You're like,
he's basically in William Shatner territory now.
When that all really happened with him. Yeah. William Shatner doesn't do a lot of stupid stuff.
That's lame.
Captain Underpants comes out next week.
Okay.
Next Tuesday.
Next
Tuesday. Next Friday.
That looks decently funny. It looks like it's going to be a lot of laughs. Mm-hmm. The animation looked passable. But, yeah, I mean, it's Kevin Hart and...
Thomas Middleditch.
Yes.
He's in Silicon Valley.
They seem hilarious together.
Oh, I love Thomas Middleditch. I got to see him at OU, and he was hilarious.
Just walking down the quad?
No, he did a stand-up.
You saw it.
It was quite good.
Got it.
And TJ Miller, who's also in Silicon Valley, is in the Emoji Movie.
Of Big Hero 6 fame.
Exactly.
Nice.
There also was a little bit of a stink from Forbes magazine last week.
Really?
Apparently, they posted an article saying that Sony wanted to buy Funimation.
What?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now, that happened a while ago, where
why
Funimation sold.
Stink? Like, would that be a bad thing?
Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of Sony... Like, Sony is buying up a lot of properties.
Okay.
Especially in the anime world. I think that's where they're trying to go. Like, they've produced a few... produced a few. Brought them over here for release. That Funimation has been doing.
Okay.
But it's also one of those... It's like, how much freedom would Funimation get?
Right.
Because, I mean, would we lose a lot of this cast, like these voice actors and everything that are staples of Funimation anime? And would Sony want to do more of their own stuff? Start putting, people that they have on retainer more in these shows? Like, I don't want them to, get the rights, to Attack on Titan and just recast everybody.
Right.
Like, who do we want? Let's get Aaron Eckhart to be Aaron Yeager because their names sound A's.
Kadur.
No.
But wait, this would be my question is... Yeah, I assume
also,
Funimation...
I don't know why Aaron Eckhart was the first person to pop into my head. It's weird. Thank you for smoking. What?
I assume that Funimation has to do some sort of bidding or some sort of
They're not going to sell.
You're not.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Hold on. Let me make my point. I assume that right now they have to do some sort of bidding to get the license to, do the dubbing for these anime things. Yeah. Like the anime, they don't have any sort of exclusive contract for all anime in America. No. So, I would wonder how the anime industry in Japan views Funimation. Do they see them as this small little company that they're giving a few things to for licensing to do this stuff with? Or are they really giving them the best stuff? And if not, maybe Sony helps them get more, bigger, better things to be able to work with.
I mean, there's the possibility of that, but I mean, they didn't give Your Name to Aniplex or Sentai. They gave it to Funimation. Because it's one of those, like, you also know what Funimation is capable of.
Yeah.
You have their record, their industry standard, pretty much. Like, they don't put crap out. There was a time back when Funimation was owned by, I can't remember who, before Gene went and purchased and brought Funimation back.
Right.
But it's one of those.
It's interesting.
I don't think they would want to sell it again and risk like kind of almost like a defamation of character.
I get it. Type. When it's a creative entity, you don't want to lose whatever creative control and spark that you have, and you sell out to a big corporation, you might lose
exactly.
that.
You could lose that.
I get it. Do you remember the rumors a few weeks ago about Apple wanting to buy Disney?
I mean,
that's crazy.
I don't know how much Disney and Apple are worth. I would assume Apple's worth more.
I don't know. They're both worth way more than we could ever fathom.
There's no way that Disney's worth more than Apple.
Oh, I don't know that. I don't think they are, but
yeah. Who knows? Yeah.
I just
whatever.
think it's interesting when we're talking about stuff like that. Like, I guess I get why Sony would be interested in Funimation, but Sony seems to be like this mega thing that if they wanted to create their own production company, I feel like they could. They don't need Funimation.
Yeah, but I mean, it's one of those, why create something from scratch when this one's already here?
Yeah.
And we can just take that one.
I
could see them maybe, trying to go for something smaller.
Yeah.
Like an Aniplex or a Nozomi or like Sentai.
Would they go for Crunchyroll?
Something like that. I mean, Crunchyroll's owned by Time Warner?
Oh.
I believe Crunchyroll is a Time Warner company.
Okay.
I'm like 19% sure. Don't quote me on that. But I believe I read somewhere.
If you were 21% sure,
yeah,
I'd
then you
be
could
on
quote
your
me.
side.
But I'm 19,
yeah.
so yeah, I think it's Time Warner though.
Shaky facts.
Yeah, sad
Awesome.
days. All right, you ready to kick this off?
Let's do it, man.
All right, so this week for
Anime number 4.
Anime number 4, episode 43. Anime number 4 because I did that stupid Thurston Howell bit at the beginning. Yeah, so this was my choice. Now
They were all your choices.
they were no, I
didn't.
did not choose Porco Rosso.
I said except for last week.
Yeah, that one I did not choose at all. But
You wouldn't have because you didn't even know of it until I mentioned it to you.
yeah, but I knew of it after you had mentioned it to me like 30,000 times, like it was the best thing, and I would really enjoy it.
Well,
and then what
look,
happened?
now you've taken your pill and you can move on.
I haven't taken my pill. That's why I'm sniffling. But yeah, this week we decided to watch Psychic School Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to bother with the Japanese pronunciation.
You always do, and it's always perfect.
All right. No, I'm not going to do it.
Okay, fine.
It's like Nero where Ita Gakuren.
See, that's what I like.
I don't even know.
You always say you're not going to do it, and then you just go ahead and do it.
Yeah, well, that's a hard one.
No matter
I don't
how
even
bad
know.
it is.
It's so weird.
It's no Kimi no Nawa. That's
It's
for sure.
definitely no Kimi no Nawa. That
That's
one's
an easy one.
But it's actually the movie. Well, the movie is based off a 1973 novel.
Really?
Yes, it's a sci-fi novel by.
Here we go again.
I got this. It's Taku. Mayumura.
Oh.
Taku Mayumura.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, that one was a little bit easier. Mayumura. I just had to read it.
Nice.
It's actually been adapted. It's been adapted to 4 TV dramas, 2 live action films, and this anime.
Okay. There was something else we talked about that had iteration after
Death
iteration.
Note.
Was it Death Note?
Yep.
Okay. Makes sense.
It's like 19 movies.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what we watched was the 2012 film by Ryosuke Nakamura, who he's actually the director of Grimgar Fantasy Ash, Death Note, Nana, Monster, and he also worked on Black Lagoon, Claymore, High School of the Dead, Big Wind Up, and Supernatural, the animation.
And these are all series other than this?
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
So what other information did you find about
That
this
is
movie?
it. I found nothing regarding box office numbers. Nothing at all.
No Wikipedia history?
Yeah, this is that was the Wikipedia history, my
Did
friend.
you read the back of the box?
That was there's nothing on the back of the box. There's just like the
Synopsis.
slip cover. Yeah, it's like, this is what happened. But I mean, yeah, there's really nothing on it. I searched to try and find what I could. It was very difficult.
So it clearly has an English dubbing. Did it get released here anywhere?
Nope. The only thing that I got was like the only reason I found it was because I was up on Funimation one night and I was just like, dude, Psychic School Wars, because I didn't want to start a series. I wanted to watch something self-contained.
Weird for you.
Well, it was also like 9 at night, so I was like, oh, I just want to watch something. Just boom. And so I was like, oh, no, Psychic School Wars, what's that? Oh, that sounds kind of interesting. Yeah, why not? Clicked it, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Nice.
So, now, Gavin, do you want to give... Let's because I want to do one of these later. I want you to give me a Disney movie that I'm going to do a 1-minute synopsis on. So, what was... You don't have to do 1 minute.
Okay.
But what did you think about the movie? Like, what do you feel is... Like, what was the general plot?
The general plot of this movie was middle schoolers flirting.
Yes.
And middle schoolers not realizing that other middle schoolers are flirting with them.
Yes.
And that they really, 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 really like them.
Yes.
And they're clueless about it.
Yeah.
And also some time travel and some psychics.
Yeah.
And Claire de Lune.
And Claire de Lune. Yes.
That's it.
That's actually like Steinway and Sons Japan.
Yeah.
Played it, and they had the little Steinway and
saw
Sons.
that. I
was
saw
like,
that.
oh look, that's actual product placement.
Yeah,
it's not
I
like,
was impressed by that.
It's not like when you watch like an anime and they can't do McDonald's, so it's like Whackdonald's, so it's like the WC.
Or it's like in Corpse Bride when he's playing the piano, and it's Harryhausen, which is a throwback to the grandfather of stop motion animation.
Oh,
Ray
really?
Harryhausen.
I didn't care.
I know. I could tell by your sarcasm.
Right? What if I really cared though? Josh, cut Gavin being
being
an os. He's just being an os, Gavin.
Sorry for being an orse.
An os. Yeah, I mean it is. There's one problem I have with this movie.
Okay.
The plot is very convoluted.
Agreed.
It's all over the place. It doesn't make a lot of sense. The resolution is like, sure, why not?
Right.
It gets rushed. I
actually feel like the resolution where the movie ends before the credits starts makes more sense than the ultimate resolution in the scene after the credits.
Well, see, that was another thing. I had to tell you that there was an extra scene at the
you
end.
Did, you did, but I went back and watched it.
Yeah.
But because that never happens. I mean, I've never seen an anime, and very few domestic animated films have any post-credit anything.
Yeah, this is true.
It's really like a Marvel thing. Like, I can't think of a whole lot of other entities that do it that often. So I just didn't think there would
Marvel
be anything
definitely
there.
made it popular.
Yeah.
But no, I think the first one was probably Flash Gordon. I would say probably the first post-credit scene, where you have Ming's hand that pops out at the end.
I've never seen Flash.
You never seen Flash Gordon?
No. Are we talking about like the 70s?
Yeah,
film?
Flash Gordon.
Queen soundtrack.
With Queen.
Never seen that. I've never seen that.
With
you know me, dude. I don't like superheroes, so I don't.
Jeez, that
I don't
hurts.
watch. I've watched Christopher
James
Reeves
Bond
in
in it.
Superman. I've watched Michael Keaton in Batman, and a couple of the other Batmans.
Anyway, so yeah, because we have our main plot of. Oh god, I forgot all of their names.
I'm interested to see what you think is the main plot.
The main plot is
hot
Vamp.
chick and psychic guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lord have mercy.
See, I thought the main part of the story was what's her name, Natsuke?
Ryochi.
Ryochi. Okay.
Yeah, the main part is Ryochi coming to Earth, and really that's kind of confusing
and
too.
he has a magic crystal egg timer.
He has a magic crystal that fills up with sand, and whenever it fills up with sand, he has to leave.
Apparently,
but
it's Elsa level magic
and then his dad's a cat.
Yeah,
and
I did like the design of his dad.
The kitty was cute.
Did we know that he was his dad?
We say it at the end, like towards the end, where he's like, "Father," and you're like, "Oh, your dad's a cat."
Yeah. Or he can just appear.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he just appeared as his,
his avatar. Like he was astral projecting
into cat,
into the past on Earth as a cat.
Yeah,
a stylized anime cat.
So yeah, the main plot is him coming back in time to really just like look around.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know what his mission is to.
He was super pumped to look at the moon.
Well, his mission was because he's from the moon,
right?
So his mission was to come to Earth and use this, like, create some other psychics to like stop people using cell phones. We're getting there. To stop people using cell phones, which will somehow make a catastrophe not happen later on?
It is sort of an effort to stop humans from destroying the Earth.
Exactly, and I guess step
but it
one
also
is cell
seemed
phones.
more to do with enlightening psychics, the percentage of people that were psychics, so that a further evolution of humanity.
Yeah,
or
because
enlightenment of
that
humanity
happens
could
when they're on the
happen.
moon, because
Right.
like there's not a lot of them left. But the kids that they have are like the next stage of evolution, and they're all psychics. But there's not a lot of psychics either. So he comes back to, whew, it's weird. But then we have our second bit where we have it's Kinji, right? Yeah, Kinji
Yeah.
likes Kaori. Kaori?
Kaori? Is that her name?
Kaori?
The short-haired girl?
No, Kaori, long-haired girl. He
Oh,
likes her
yeah.
originally,
Right.
but then Natsuki,
Natsuki.
voiced by the one and only Cassandra Lee Morris, who's fantastic. She was an honorable mention on my favorite voice actors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's the interesting character in this
Yes.
movie.
Now, and yeah, it's their romance because he likes.
He thinks he does. He just knows she's pretty.
Yeah,
He doesn't
exactly.
really know. He's a dumb kid.
also one of those. He's also the clueless anime boy who doesn't know that girl that is his childhood friend is in
Right.
love with him,
Right.
even though all of the signs are there. But also,
Let me stop.
girl that is his childhood friend is also so tsundere. Like she can't express her emotions at all.
She doesn't feel like
to-
she should have to. She feels like it's obvious.
Yeah, and there's a lot of
But
him. There's like
here's
way
the deal.
too much physical violence
deal.
in this.
If any of our listeners are under the age of, 16, here's a clue. The girl that picks on you likes you. That's your clue.
Wait,
Every time.
what?
Every
I'm-
single time.
Where were you back when I was in middle school?
I should have been there to tell you, Josh.
Exactly.
The girl that slugs you in the arm wants to be your girlfriend.
And girls that are listening, all three of you out there, if there's a boy and he slicks you on the arm,
or
and you're-
ignores
or
you.
pulls your hair, ignores you, means he
Yeah.
totally likes you.
Basically, if there's a boy that reacts in any way to you, he likes you. Because at that age, boys just like girls.
Exactly.
They don't really
If they
know.
don't react to you in any shape or form, you're good.
Yeah,
they
you're
don't
solid.
care. But
You're
if they
solid.
go out of their way to avoid you or anything like that, yeah,
I wanted to slap that kid in the face and be like,
I kind
dude,
of sucked.
also, she's cuter.
Oh, she's way cuter.
Way cuter,
she's,
right?
She's spunky. She's cute.
Yeah. What an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that story is like, oh god, it's so convoluted and crazy. After watching this the second, I remember like the first time, and I raved about it, and then watching it this second time, I was like, oh god, this story doesn't make any sense.
That's hilarious.
What'd you think about the visuals?
I'll tell you, Josh.
This is a J.J. Abrams style anime movie. There's lens flare all over the place.
If somehow, in an animation world, the Thomas Kincaid studio could partner with Glamour Shots and have lens flares provided by J.J. Abrams, and maybe bring in a scriptwriter like, I don't know, Stephanie Meyer, you might get something a little like this.
This was a Michael Bay script.
Okay, Michael Bay, either or.
Because if
Maybe
you
they
think
could
about it, there were a
co-author
lot
it.
of explosions, but they were color explosions.
They could co-author it. I honestly feel like they were just using a lot of tricks to fool you into thinking it was prettier than it was. They used a lot of prismatic lens flares, so you see the full spectrum of color in that prism flare. They basically just covered up scenes with floating cherry blossoms, but if you like really looked through the cherry blossoms, you were like, okay, it's okay. But it was like they were just using almost like filters and flares and things up really close.
Very Snapchat.
Yeah, it was like Snapchat the movie in a lot of ways. They could have had some really great things, but I feel like the budget for this movie must have been pretty low.
Yeah.
Because they were also using pretty low end computer animation for like the water and various effects.
Well, another way that you can see that too is
blend.
If you look at the background characters, none of the background characters are
moving
or computer. No, I mean they're not like 3D models,
right? No,
or anything like they're all 2D, and that's one of the things that I like about it. I'm like, all of these people are like 2D people. Whenever you see somebody walking in the background or anything, it's an actual 2D caricature.
Right.
It's not a 3D model or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I like that. The main thing I'm talking about is the scenery. What did you think about that? Like, what did you think about that school that they were in?
It was pretty interesting. I like when the interior shots of the school. I felt like it felt like a school. Like I feel
it was very open too.
Yeah, that seems to be a kind of a very Japanese thing.
Yeah, I watched a documentary about this architect on the NHK, and that's what he does. Like he does high everything, so it makes everything roomier. He does a lot of windows so that natural sun can come in. He does a lot of basically everything's wood. Tries to make everything out of wood because it's an earthy type thing, and he does like pillars. But with the pillars, they kind of like splinter off and like branch off to kind of like what a tree does. And they actually have one of those in there. Like they have a pillar that branches off. And it's like, oh, it's actually quite cool. And everything's outside and just really big and open.
The design of the buildings I liked. I liked the boy and girls' houses that we see. Him with his little trains going through tubes and stuff. I thought that was really sweet.
I liked how his hamster runs like the little stop sign, so like that train wasn't moving.
Right.
And then when the hamster started moving, it's like green. It's like, and the train starts going again.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's kind of cute.
That's
it's like
awesome.
Oh, nice.
I mean, yeah, the building design was good. I felt like I got a good sense of the layout of kind of this town. The beach, the lighthouse, the school.
There's not a lot of locations that we go to.
Yeah. And I thought the character design was really good. I like the look of the characters. Where it falls short again for me, though, is in the animation of those characters. I feel like there's a lot of stagnant scenes, a lot of motion being shown but not realized. So, like, there's scenes of her, like, riding her bike, and it's really just an unmoving shot of her that they're just shrinking into the distance, or they'll like be walking off at the end of a scene and it's almost like their legs don't quite move all the way. They just kind of like boop, 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 like they're walking paper cuts down the
I don't know
cell.
what you're talking about. I didn't see any of that.
It's just there's not a lot of animated action in a lot of the scenes. The scenes where true action is actually happening, then they animate them. But if it's just like, oh, we've finished our conversation, we're going to turn and walk away out of this scene, then it's like, oh, you didn't really animate them. You just kind of moved their characters.
Yeah, and they try and do too much. Like going back to the story, it's like you have a romance story that you have, and then they convolute it with this psychic stuff that gets thrown in there. That's just really bizarre. Like if it was just the romance of the characters, like of Kinji and Natsuki, then that would be fine. That would be a good movie. And like maybe like the 3-way almost triangle thing with the other girl. But yeah, bringing I don't even remember the guy's name. Bring the time traveler and the psychic in, and you're like, oh, okay, that's kind of it convolutes the storyline. Yeah, and I can definitely see, like with the animations, like what do we animate here? Like what do we spend the money? We have to spend all of our money on these bright, huge explosion scenes that happen. Right. And yeah, I mean the rest of the movie does kind of suffer for that.
Well, and the other thing that it does is it allows him to awaken that dark girl who, I don't know if she committed or had a suicide attempt, or if she
Well,
just
I don't
was in
know.
an
Well, she has a
accident,
suicide attempt
and
later,
she
but
came
there was
back,
a
and then she's like the villain. All of a sudden.
the cell phone incident. They just call it a cell phone incident. It's like, what is a cell phone incident?
Yeah.
Were there some nudie pics that got leaked? Like,
who knows?
what's this cell phone
It
incident?
exploded. It was a Samsung.
Probably.
Yeah, and so then she turns all dark and goes after the girl we like, whose name we can't remember, the short-haired girl. Natsuki. And it just, at that point you're like, wait, what is the point of all this? This is crazy. And I think it's kind of funny because the whole time I kept feeling like if I was the same age as these kids right now watching this, I might be able to relate. You know, I might be able to say, oh man, they're going to take away my cell phone.
Yeah, right.
No! And it's like,
but I mean, the teacher does make a good point. Like, so what are you going to do? Like, are you going to check it during class? No. What about during recess? Like,
right.
Well, yeah. It's like, what are you going to do during recess? I'm going to check my Twitter. I'm like, is that really important? Is that your job? And you're like, no. It's like the teacher guy was pretty cool. I was like, nice, bro.
Too.
You were, yeah.
I liked him. He was cool.
But I mean, we hardly spend any time with him.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and then there's that point where the council votes to ban cell phones from teachers too.
And he's like, "What do you mean?" And then the vice principal is like, "Yeah, you need to come here now." And then like he's gone. So you're like, "Oh, snap!"
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But yeah, I was okay with like the cell phone cult type thing that kind of takes over the school.
Right.
That's all right. I mean, if that would have been a part of this, this. Like the regular show before the weird, I don't know, time travel stuff. The time travel stuff just it kind of kills it.
Right.
Like if we were just doing the actual story, like the love story, that I'm totally fine with.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just gets weird, and yeah.
Awesome.
I mean music. I
paid
nothing.
The music was the original score. Portion of the music was so-so. It was adequate for the movie as it stands.
Yeah.
But they brought in Debussy's Clair de Lune, and they bring it in a couple times.
Yeah.
The first time, it's the first time we see him playing the piano, and he's playing it so beautifully. And then she drops those freaking books, and he stops in my favorite segment of that song. And I was so pissed. I was just so frustrated. I was like, I wanted that scene to go on.
I will say the voice
song.
acting in this is really good. Like, because when that happens, when she drops that, he like calls her name. And she's like she's like super embarrassed,
like
and you're like
into herself.
Yeah, you're like, okay, that's good. That's. I mean, I mean, the voice acting is not bad at all.
It was pretty good.
I wasn't a fan of the grandpa's voice.
Yeah, but
and then it's weird because he like has his heart attack. When
Josh,
Kenji,
nothing's explained.
God, no, it doesn't make any sense.
I feel like it's the type of movie where they're counting on the fact that their audience, their intended audience, has either read this book or seen the previous iterations of it, and this is just kind of another chapter in the story.
I looked trying to get that book. It's all in Japanese, and I don't speak that. So, I mean, unfortunately,
you don't speak Japanese yet?
No,
I'm surprised by that.
Well, I mean, me and your wife are gonna. It was either gonna be Korean or Japanese.
And you landed on Korean?
We haven't landed on anything yet.
Oh, so it's back to English.
Yeah, back to just English.
There are parts of English that you guys need to learn too. Just saying.
Learn a show tune, son.
What?
What?
Huh?
Learn Gilligan's Isle.
Oh,
the Flintstones.
show tunes.
Yeah.
I don't have a memory for lyrics. It doesn't mean I can't speak English.
I can speak English well.
You can't type English well.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about texting.
You mean texting at work when I don't care and I'm just trying to text it as quick as I possibly can.
Posting.
Text it, send it as a text message.
And
texted, by the way, not a word, not a real word. I hate it when people say I texted. Like, no, you sent a text.
But that's what they did, though. They texted.
No, they sent a text.
Their action was texting.
No, the action is texting.
Mm-hmm.
But you did not texted anything.
So what would you say?
I sent a text.
Oh, I sent a text.
Or I was texting Gavin. It's not. I texted
Gavin.
So
you can be texting, but you can't say you have texted.
You have texted, but it's not I texted somebody. You see how that doesn't make any sense?
Can I say I will text you?
You will text me, yes.
So you just can't say texted.
Well, not with that, not in the way that not grammatically. It doesn't make any sense. Let's go ahead and rank this.
That was the best ever.
I hope you get sucked up by a tornado on your way back to the apartment.
Probably will. We live
Hopefully.
in Oklahoma. Chances are like 90-1 that I will get killed by a tornado.
I think we're okay because, I mean, look outside. It's no longer dark. It's nice and...
It fools you that way, though. It comes in with the light, and then it, bam!
No, see, here's the
messes you
thing.
up.
When the sky is, like, really green or really red,
Yeah.
that's
I've
when
seen
bad
that.
things happen.
I've seen that, and it's terrifying.
Like,
and I
the
get
one
in
on
my
May
car
3rd,
and I
the one on
drive
May
away.
3rd, it was green.
Yes.
The one that happened,
It was red.
it was red. Yeah.
I remember.
So that's how you know.
I remember.
If the sky is not
And then the
blue-
next week, when the sequel was coming down the street, we got in our cars and we drove to my parents' house in Texas. We got out of here because we were not.
You drove out of
Messing.
the state?
Yeah, well, we kept driving. We drove past Norman, and then we drove past Moore, and it was like this wall of storms was coming up. So then we got to Ardmore, and then we kept hearing reports that so many of the roads in our part of town were impassable because of downed power lines and things. They were like, well, what are we going to do? I mean, we can't just like drive around the city and look for a route. We're already halfway to my parents' house. We might as well just go to my parents' house.
And so you just went to your
So we went
parents'
to
house.
McKinney. It's only a 3-hour drive away. It's not like
A 3-hour drive.
There it is, full circle.
3-hour
Full circle.
So what'd you think?
everybody.
I'm going to guess you probably gave this like a 1 or a 2.
I am going to give out of Jiminy Crickets.
I give it a 1.5.
Nope. I'm going to give it a 1.
Ooh, that hurts.
1.
That hurts.
Yeah, this was a big miss for me. I feel like, again, if I was that
We haven't given
age,
anything a 1 in a long
It's
time
been a while.
since Sing.
it's been a while. No, Secret Life of Pets.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Haven't done Sing.
If I was 14, I probably would have gotten a lot more out of this.
Which is me.
You are, yeah. So you'll probably give it a 5.5. But I feel like it didn't work for me at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a. I would give it a 2.5, but
you don't do
I don't
5s,
points.
0.5s, yeah.
So I'm gonna round up and give it a 3 dippers.
Round up on this one?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
because like I said, I like the love story with Kenji and Natsuki.
Yeah,
I like
cute.
that.
That's cute, but it's not enough of the movie to make it. I don't
For
think.
me, it is, especially at the end, and it all
Mm-hmm.
comes back for me at the end when he comes back. It's like
Yeah.
he erases, like her memory gets erased, everybody forgets everything,
Right.
and then he calls her, and it's like, man, that phone call should have brought brought your memory back.
like, "You
and
idiot."
he calls him a moron.
Moron. That's right. You moron.
And you're like, perfect, absolutely perfect.
No, they're a cute couple. Like I would love to see a really good movie of just those two.
Yeah, that would be great.
Like when you said in Porco Rosso, you just wanted to see that young story develop
Mm-hmm.
between Marco and Gina when they do that flashback
Yeah.
scene. If I could see just the burgeoning romance of those two characters in like a really well written movie, that would be great because they are good characters. Those two.
The characters, like, they have the relationship that you get from like the first time that she's picking on him for having his fly down and everything.
And I love how she really beats the tar out of him, man.
Oh yeah, she
just
beats the
hauls
crap
off and
all the time.
beats his face. I love it.
Now her movements are really weird. Like if you watch, like she does like movements where she's like
She
jumping
does,
up and like just, like
yeah.
she like does like a jump,
She's like a ninja.
like toe touches a rock, does a backflip somersault.
Yeah.
And you're like, how did you do that?
Well, he throws her shoe back at her, and she like flips it up in the air, and then like hacky sacks it for a second, and then
And
lands
puts it on.
her foot, like
Yeah.
fully laced. Yeah. So she's
Well, it's also
some
a
sort
slip.
of
It's also a slip-on shoe.
some sort of a ninja, shoe
Yeah.
ninja.
And then yeah, like when they pick on her and they hide her shoes, and then he gives her shoes. And I'm like, it's so good. Like their story is the best part of the whole entire thing. Get rid of the psychics.
Agreed. Give it a
Yeah.
budget so you can really animate it.
Exactly, and then it would be really high. So that their story is the only thing that propels it and makes it a 3.
Yeah.
other than that, it's just kind of nah. Like, if it was a series with just those two, I would just like give me a 10-part, 12-part series with just those two learning to love each other. They don't really figure it out until like episode 7 or 8, because that's usually the way it goes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great.
All right. Do better next time, Psychic School Wars.
Yeah, maybe next time.
Yeah.
And if you guys find the book in English or can translate it, let me know.
Yeah.
I will buy a copy or download
Where did you
whatever I have
look?
to do.
Did you just look on Amazon?
I looked on Amazon.
Because if it's been out since the 70s, it's possible there's an out-of-print translation from decades ago that we might be able to find through used sources. Do you care enough?
I don't have used books. I mean, here's the thing. If it's readily, I'm not going to go hunting for. I don't like going hunting for things.
Oh, you don't?
Not particularly.
That chicken you ate earlier, you didn't go out and hunt that in the wild?
I didn't eat chicken.
Oh, I thought you did. I thought you ate what
shrimp.
Brady had. Oh, did you go fishing for those?
No, that's why I didn't hunt them.
Oh, you don't hunt anything.
What'd you eat?
I hunted through my fridge for a salad.
Oh, look at you. Did you go out and kill them vegetables? Were you like, oh, lettuce, oh, chop, chop, chop?
In a way, I did. I paid the person who did.
That's what I did. I paid Home Chef to bring me food, and then I cooked it.
It does seem like a delicious option.
It was good. I offered you a shrimp, and you said, no.
I was full. If there's still a shrimp when I go back out there, I might eat a shrimp.
There ain't no shrimp now. I didn't eat them.
All right, then.
Because English works. Yeah.
All right, so top 5?
Top 5.
All right.
And now for another top 5.
So yeah, you're not gonna like me. I gave ranking my people like 3 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what's new, Josh?
He killed
Wow,
somebody.
it sounds like Batman's winning out there.
Uh huh.
And by Batman, I mean your roommate who's playing as Batman.
Batman.
Who's winning as Batman.
Yes.
He's living the dream is what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. That's what he does. Was he wearing a Batman shirt today?
Probably.
Yeah, he usually does.
Is it a day that ends in Y?
All
I'm full of it today.
right, so this week, because 2 weeks ago we did our top anime heroines, and that was too difficult for Gavin.
No, it wasn't
So
difficult.
what we decided to do this week was our top male anime characters.
Why do you have to belittle me all the time?
Well, because you make it so easy with the things that you say and do.
You're just a bully, you know that?
Yep.
Okay, as long as you know that. As long as you know.
I take pride in it.
So really what it is that I didn't know enough of what you would define as heroines, like fighters and warriors.
I told you, that
So
red stuff that they've used.
want us to be ranking in the same realm of people.
Catch so white.
We had to...
Yeah, I like how you think we're going to be
Open it up.
ranking in the same realm of people.
No, we're not.
None of our people are going to
We're
match.
not. We need to be able to narrow it down to like an anime studio.
You'll have like
or something.
your number one and my number one will probably be very close. They may not be exactly,
Okay.
but they'll be close.
Okay.
I believe.
All right.
All right, so like last week, I don't get to do the thing that I wanted to. Like I wanted to do the mic drop this week.
Hey, if you ever want
But
to
I
hand
got
it
to
off, I mean, we could have done it. We could have switched it up.
We could have, but I didn't.
Do you want the mic drop? I'll give
No,
you the
no,
mic
I don't
drop.
want it.
I don't care.
No, because you're already going to be mad at me enough, so I don't even want to take it.
All right, dude.
So for my number 5, from a little anime called Full Metal Panic, I went with Sosuke Sagura,
Okay.
voiced by Chris Patton. I don't know if it's Christopher. I think it's just Chris. Chris Patton.
I'll look up his birth certificate, and we'll get to the bottom of this mystery.
I also went with Kiritsugu Imiya from the Fate series, voiced by Mr. Matt Mercer.
So is this why I'm going to hate you? Because there's going to be 2 at every slot?
You would think that. You would think there
2
would...
or more at every slot?
Yeah, you would think that. All right, guys, let's come to 5.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, my number 5 is a character that you clearly did not care for whatsoever from last week's episode. None other than the Scarlet Pig, Porco Rosso. He's my number 5. I love that guy. And I thought Michael Keaton did a great job in the voice acting.
Yeah, I honestly did not know that was Michael Keaton until I looked at the credits, and then we were like, "Oh crap, that's Michael Keaton."
He did great, right? Because you weren't like thinking the whole time, "Oh my gosh, it's Michael Keaton."
Yeah, I wasn't thinking Mr. Mom at all.
What a fantastic movie reference.
Thank you.
I love that movie.
Taliesin Jeffrey also in Mr. Mom.
Oh, nice.
You know who that is?
I don't.
Critical Role. D&D. Bring it all back together.
Seriously.
My
the
number
whole
4.
world is D&D right now.
Huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
My number 4. Matt Mercer's also the DM for
Number
Critical Role.
4.
Number 4. I went with from a little anime movie called Princess Mononoke. I went with Ashitaka.
Excellent.
As my number 4. I also
and you got it right.
I also
I'm
went
take
with.
A drink anyway.
I also went with Tenchi Muyo from Tenchi Muyo, like the Tenchi series.
Yeah.
He's also my number 4.
Got any other people slotted?
I
in
also
number
went
4?
with Inuyasha from Inuyasha, voiced by Richard Dean Cox.
Clearly, Josh doesn't give a flip anymore.
Nope.
And he's just going to do whatever he wants to do in the top 5.
Yep.
You got any girls on your list?
I was contemplating it.
All right, you work on adding some girls.
I was contemplating.
My number
I was
4
contemplating adding a trap, but
is from what is commercially the greatest anime film of all time. I'm going with Taki from Your Name.
Taki.
I love him.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Freaking, he cracks me up every time he has that switch and he wakes up as her. It's so hilarious.
It is. It's great.
I find that character completely adorable, and I do not envy him the mental loops he's having to jump through as he comes to terms
you
with
don't
it.
envy him? I envy him the mental loops that he has to jump
I
through.
envy him part of that experience, but not the mental part of that experience. I would not want to be a girl for any moment of any day, personally speaking.
All right, my number 3.
Mm-hmm.
I went with Vash the Stampede
And
from Trigun, voiced by Johnny Young Bosch.
uh-huh.
And I also went with Kyon from The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, voiced by... forget it. I don't care.
And who else?
That's it.
Only 2 people are
Only
tied for
2.
third?
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in you.
Well, wait. We were about to have a Thundercats moment, so...
Oh.
Remember the Thundercats moment?
I do.
7 in 1 pick.
Yeah. All of the Thundercats.
All of the Thundercats.
Yeah. Ridiculous. All right. My number 3 is none other than Spike Spiegel.
Oh, really?
From
That low?
Cowboy
Spikes
Bebop.
that low?
You'll understand why when I reveal the next 2.
Ashitaka and Haku?
No, those aren't my next 2. Spoilers, as you like to say.
Oh. Spoiler. Gavin. My number 2. Wait, right? Yeah, 2. Right? 2?
Yep, you're
Okay.
on number 2. But it's confusing, I know, since you've named 15
Right?
people already.
They're also my numbers are all over the place here. I'm not gonna have any honorable mentions just because
You've already mentioned them all.
Yeah, I've already mentioned them all. My number 2, I went with Tai Kamiya from Digimon, voiced by Joshua Seth.
Mm-hmm.
I went with Kaito Yashio from Robotics Notes. And I went with Klaus Vaca from Last Exile, voiced by
Johnny Young Bosch.
Johnny Young Bosch.
Your boyfriend.
I
So
wish.
here's the thing that is not really interesting anymore, but I don't know any of
you
those
went with
characters.
One of the Boy and the Beast.
You didn't go with a single character I know of so far, and
Tai?
you've named like 12 guys.
Tai? You don't
From
know
who?
who Vash the Stampede is?
No, only because I've heard you mention him.
You don't know who Ashitaka is?
Oh, Ashitaka. That's the only one. Ashitaka.
You don't know who Kiritsugu Emiya is?
Nope.
What about Inuyasha?
I mean,
Surely Charlie watched Inuyasha.
no, I've shelved the manga at Barnes & Noble, but I've never seen a moment of the show.
He's a wolf demon. A half
believe
wolf
you.
demon.
May I... Was that your number 2?
Where's a dog?
That was your
He's a
number
dog
2, right?
demon.
Yeah. Your number 2s.
Number 2.
All right, my number 2. Kumatetsu.
Yeah, I
From
forgot
Boy
about
and the
I forgot
Beast.
about Boy and the Beast.
He's fantastic. It's just a bang and a whoosh. It's so awesome. I love him, man. He's like the greatest like
grip
mentor.
the sword that's
slash-
in your soul.
Yeah, he's like this mentor,
hurt my
big brother, like gruff, demon-y character. I love everything about him. He's fantastic.
Honorable mentions.
You don't have any, right?
I do.
Because you've mentioned them all.
I just remembered some when I was
All right.
sitting here. Duo Maxwell from Gundam Wing.
Sure. What?
Ichigo.
I'm the biggest Gundam Wing fan in the world.
Name 4 characters in Gundam Wing.
Hand me your notebook.
There's one in there.
In the whole notebook? I
Yep.
guarantee you've listed more than one.
Nope.
All right.
I've mentioned Gundam Wing a lot.
I don't know Gundam Wing.
Yeah, I know you don't. Shut up.
Keep going.
You're like Hero.
You reveal all my secrets.
Yep. Yeah, I went with Duo Maxwell.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember who voices him. It was a long time ago. Also
I'll
gonna
allow
go.
it.
What?
I'll allow it.
Thank you. Also went with this one was on my top females list.
Mm-hmm.
Not heroines, like top females.
Right.
Hideyoshi Kinoshita from Baka and Test.
Mm-hmm.
He's great. He's a trap. You know what a
Gotcha.
trap is?
I do.
Okay, yeah, he's a trap. Voiced by Brina. I don't know her last name. Is it Palencia? Something. And Ichigo Kurosaki from Bleach. Voiced by...
Johnny Young Bosch.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I love
What do
that
you know?
guy. Wait, let me ask you this.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Have you shown me anything with Johnny Young Bosch yet?
Yeah.
Because you mentioned him a million
We
times,
watched
but
Akira.
I can't remember. But we didn't watch that together. I watched... I never got to finish it. I watched part of it. Well, who is he in Akira?
He's Kaneda.
Oh, okay. All right. Now I will finish watching that movie, and I will keep that in mind. Because
Or
I
is he
haven't
Tetsuo?
really experienced... I don't know. You tell me.
I can't ever remember their
Oh,
names.
my gosh. That's
It's
hilarious.
bad. I love the movie,
Or does he
but...
make the motorcycle sounds? I don't know what he does.
Yeah, that's what we got. What do you got?
All right. It's your turn. What's your number one?
No, what do you got for honorable mentions? Unless you have none.
Honorable mentions. Ashitaka.
Is an honorable mention?
Honorable mention.
Get out of my
He's
apartment.
probably like number 6. He's real close.
So, okay, who else?
Kenichi
Okay.
and Howl.
Okay, well now I know who your number 1 is.
Do you?
I think.
Okay, well, you drop your number 1, and then you can tell me what mine
it's
is.
Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop. No.
Oh, nice. I figured it probably would be.
Yeah, he dies. Rest in peace. Spiritus Sancti. Yes. God. It's sad.
It is.
Sad day. Kamina from Gurren Lagann.
Uh-huh.
Voiced by last week's guest, Kyle A. Bear.
Nice.
Also an honorable mention.
Excellent.
He's only an honorable mention because he doesn't make it past the first 8 episodes. Because he... Yeah.
So who's my number 1?
I don't know. Is it Haku?
Nope.
Yeah, I was like... Since you didn't put Ashitaka on there,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not Howl,
Nope.
is it the robot?
Nope.
I don't care.
You might care. It's a movie you introduced me to. Ren from Boy and the Beast.
Oh.
My top
okay.
2 characters are Ren.
You didn't do it. I thought,
Amaterasu.
oh. Okay.
They're the best. They're the best duo ever.
Whoa.
I
Okay.
freaking love them.
Naota from Fooly Cooley is also really good. I really like Naota. It's only 6 episodes. Easy watch. It's fizzled out. This
Well,
top,
you
it just fizzled.
you trampled all over my number 1.
Yeah.
As you do.
Soul Eater Evans. Soul Evans. He would be cool.
You could probably do this all night.
Probably.
You want to see how long you can go?
I mean, I can go for a long time.
All right.
Daisuke Niwa from D and Angel is also really
Clock
cool.
starts now.
Oh, no,
Over
I'm not
under
gonna-
is
I'm not gonna-
10 hours.
I'm not going to do it. I mean, I'm
Go.
done. All right. So, Gavin, where can everybody find you?
As soon as I start talking, you're going to spit
Nope.
out another
Nope,
character.
I'm not.
Instagram and Twitter, Gavin Addison.
Gavin Addison
Art.
Art.
They know the at. The at is understood.
No, it's
like
not.
the www. It's understood.
Alibaba from Magi.
There it is.
Yeah.
I knew it.
I was trying to get you off your cane. Alibaba from Magi's pretty good. I like him. He
Josh-
gets with more Gianna.
Josh, where can
About
everybody
frickin'
unfollow you?
time. You can unfollow me on Twitter and Instagram at Josh L. Kane. Be sure and block me so I don't rant for long periods of time. Just like I blocked Gavin a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Like pre-episode 1.
Blocked my texts.
Yep.
Blocked
Don't
my
receive any of those.
Instagram direct messages.
Yep.
I can't tweet at him.
Nope.
I can't.
You can find the podcast
Snapchat
on
at
Instagram at Animation Station Podcast and on Twitter at Animate Podcast. You can find all of our episodes on iTunes, Stitcher, and our website, animationstationpodcast.com. Just click on the little podcast tab. Listen to all of our episodes.
Mm-hmm. And do we want to mention our interview that's coming up?
Oh, yeah. This week we have the extremely funny Mr. Robert McCollum on.
Yeah.
And Gavin was not here for this one.
I know. I was sad. I was here for the original one, which we failed on. But the follow-up interview I was not able to take part in.
I should put that one out. I should put the failed one out, just the 5 minutes of footage
just
that
his
we
side
have.
of audio.
Well, we talked about that in the interview where I should just release his side of the audio, and then somebody can do their interview with him.
Oh, nice.
And then send that into us, and we play that as an interview. So it's like somebody, interviewing him, and he has all the questions, so you have to come up with a question to go with his.
I like it.
Fill in the perfect blanks and everything.
You're the editor. If you think you can pull it off,
I'm not doing that, Jazz. That ain't me.
All right.
I ain't doing that.
I don't know how.
I tried. I really did.
I believe you.
And it didn't work.
Because that first interview was dynamite.
It was great.
It was good.
But this one we talk about, we also talk about, really since we already did everything the first time, we just kind of like, forget it.
Just had a conversation.
We basically just had a conversation, and we talked about
that's cool.
Some stuff. We talked about his podcast Terms, which is a political podcast.
Oh, cool.
Well, it's a political it's like a political thriller. Well, like
it's kind of like House of Cards, but a podcast, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's like a podcast House of Cards.
Yeah, and he kind of got all of his voice acting buddies together to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot
it's
about
really
that.
Cool.
I'm glad you mentioned it because I wanted to go and listen to that.
Yeah, and they're not that long either.
Yeah.
That's my only complaint about the series, and I told them this. Is like my only complaint is it's too short.
Yeah.
Like, I want them to be like 30, 45-minute episodes.
Well, you know what they say in showbiz. Always want them. Always want them.
Always
leave them wanting more.
Always want
them
them leaving. That's what they say?
Always leave them wanting.
Always leave them wanting?
Yeah, always leave them wanting more.
Yes, that's the way it is. It's always leave them, not always want them leaving.
Nope, not always want them leaving.
You want them,
that's why I'm not in showbiz.
You want them to hate it so much that they want to leave and run out the door.
I'm the worst.
All right. Do you want to tell them about the anime
the giveaway?
Yeah.
Giveaway?
The giveaway.
Yeah, the giveaway. So, if you haven't
Gavin,
heard
what are we giving away?
Yet, we are giving away all kinds of things. We're giving away a Blu-ray copy of Cowboy Bebop the movie. We're giving a, what's it called? Anime Loot Crate?
Yeah, it's a Loot Crate, the anime version.
Anime version of Loot Crate. So it's chock full of anime knickknacks and doodads and hoo-has. And we're giving away
Nagisa from Assassination Classroom. He's a really good character that I really enjoy.
Funko Pop of Sailor Venus?
Venus.
Okay, I can never remember which sailor it is, but that's the one.
It's codenamed Sailor V.
Oh, Sailor V for victory. Mm-hmm. Got it. We're
voiced by
Johnny Young Bosch. No,
he actually voices her cat Artemis.
Oh, sweet.
Who you can actually he's a little kitty in the thing, so you can get Artemis too.
Oh, sweet. I like that.
Yeah.
We're giving away an Animation Station podcast button, which
very exclusive.
Is probably the
first
jewel
edition,
of the
first
package.
edition button.
Yeah, exactly. We're giving away 3 pieces of original artwork by our friend Ryan Garrett, who can be found on Instagram at Ryan Garrett Art.
Yep.
Go give him a follow. Go give him a like.
Gray from Fairy Tale. He's also really good. I really like Gray.
Tell him your pals from ASP sent you. And then I also threw in an original trading card that I did based on Porco Rosso.
Oh, you're giving that one away?
Yeah.
Oh.
You love it.
No.
It's not for you. It's for our fans. And I've gotten some really good comments on it.
And if you guys win and you don't want that Porco Rosso one, just tell Gavin. He'll make you something that's cool.
Whatever.
We also have a Ruby Silly Pint.
Oh, I forgot about the Silly Pint.
From Rooster Teeth's Ruby.
How do they enter to win this fabulous prize package?
Well, quite easy. You actually just have to go on to our Instagram, comment on one of our anime posts, and that's it.
Can they get any bonus entries?
Yeah, if you tag some friends,
sweet.
You also get an extra entry.
Super simple.
Yep. We made the last one way too complicated.
We did.
So this one is quite easy.
Speaking of comments, did you see what Carolina tagged us in today?
I tried to at work, but it didn't.
we have bad coverage at work, so I
Yeah.
understand.
So
it is an art piece that somebody did of Aku from Samurai Jack.
cool.
It looks fantastic. It's like on a piece of wood, and I can't tell if it's like a wood burning or a wood scoring, or if it's stained. I can't tell exactly how
It looks
it's
like
done.
it looks like it's a carving.
It looks amazing, though.
I wish.
So thanks
at the
for
bottom, does it
showing
have
us that, Carolina.
Oh, it does. You can't look at that. It's spoilers for you.
Okay.
Yeah. We're recording this on Thursday the 18th.
Yeah.
So I have not seen the last episode of Samurai Jack. But
Is there only one left?
there's only one left.
Then who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? Well, it's in a position that I'm not sure that they can complete in 30 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah. It's
So
like because
they're-
there's 10
They
episodes
better
and you're
come
like
back with a season 6.
yeah,
What are you
exactly. It's
saying?
like they stopped it and you're like and I don't they can't like that. I physically don't know how they could do it.
Yeah.
It's in a very bad situation.
Yikes.
But Tara Strong has done a phenomenal job
Nice.
as Ashi.
I like it.
Yeah. Taka.
I'm excited to watch that. I can't wait.
Yeah. It's quite good.
Sweet.
And
dude.
I have it all on Amazon Video, so you can just come over and watch that. That would be a good thing. We should marathon that and do like a supplemental podcast, like in June or something, where we just do like
Yeah, I could do that.
like a cartoon cafe about Samurai Jack.
Once I get done with this painting that I'm working on, I'm down because I'm gonna need a break. Cool, man. I think that's about it, right?
Yeah,
Anything
yeah.
else?
I'm also working with somebody. Maybe get them on an episode in maybe June or July.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, next week we get to announce. Oh, by the way, your last day to enter the AniMay giveaway, the Give-A-May, is this Friday. So when we release Robert McCollum's episode, that's your last day to enter.
Okay.
No, it's not. I take
don't
that
wanna
back.
give 'em
I
the
take
whole
that
month?
back. You're gonna have the whole month. I
Yeah.
changed my mind on the fly.
Yeah.
You have until midnight,
On
11:59.
Memorial Day.
You have until
Or no.
11:59
It'd be Tuesday.
on May 31st.
Yeah.
That's your last day.
I like it.
Yeah.
Give them the whole anime month.
Exactly.
I like it.
Because I think we've got another podcast going out that day too. Another interview.
Little
Our
extra.
last one.
Something.
Yeah, the one
On
we
the
do
side.
with Roberts. If anyone can catch that, good luck. Yeah, so we got that one.
I caught it.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I noticed?
What?
Guess what country? Out of the blue. Guess what country
We have a new
downloaded?
download?
Yeah, downloaded the Jade Saxton interview.
Oh my gosh.
Good luck
Can
with
you
it.
give me a continent?
Africa. Starts with an S. Zimbabwe starts with not an
Sierra
S.
Leone.
Sierra Leone, no.
Sudan.
Nope. We've already had Sudan.
South Africa.
We've already had South Africa.
We have? Okay. Gosh. I can't think of any. Syria.
Very close.
Oh, what is it?
Take a wild guess.
Starts with
Oh,
an
I'm
S.
sorry. Sorry. It's South America, not Africa. I suck. I like really
Does it
bad.
still start with an S?
It still starts with an S.
Shoot.
It's Suriname. It's my gosh. Just
Wait,
Lord.
Suriname.
Suriname.
That's in South America?
If I can read. Suriname, officially known as the Republic of Suriname, is a sovereign state on the northeastern Atlantic coast of South America.
Oh.
It is bordered by French Guiana in the east and Guyana in the west, and
Okay.
Brazil to the south. Just under, it's the smallest country in South America. It's a population of approximately 566,000 people.
Dang,
so
it's smaller than
one of those
Oklahoma.
guys or girls, one of those awesome.
That's so cool. Surinamis?
I'm not sure Suriname. That's good though. It's really good. Surinamis. If that's not what people from Suriname are called, should totally be called Surinamis. That's awesome.
But in any case, it's awesome. Like, thanks for the download.
Thanks for the download.
That's great. We are slowly taking over the globe.
Yep. I just got to get Antarctica next.
Yep. And then the ISS, and then the universe.
I mean, once we hit the ISS, we've hit every continent.
Yeah.
ISS is technically in space. Technically not a continent, but
It's a space continent.
it's a space continent.
Yeah.
A spontinent.
Yes.
Is this over?
I
Are we
hope
done?
so. I hope
We
so.
should have been over like 20 minutes ago.
Push the stop button.
Ugh, God. All right, so for the Animation Station podcast, I'm Josh.
I'm Gavin.
Bye-bye, little butterfly.
Made you look.
Thank you for listening to the Animation Station Podcast. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Animation Station Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Animate Podcast. Subscribe to us on iTunes. And join the conversation at SecretSuperheroClub.com, where you can connect with our podcast friends, Cloud City Cast, Getting Into Comics, and Shaun of the Gathering.